Hey, how's everybody doing? Occupy. So I'm here in Denver, and just had some conversations over here at Occupy Denver. I did not find anyone willing to go on Ustream. I'm not quite sure what the separation is here. Anyways, location of the camp is Colfax Broadway, downtown. We've got the state capitol across the street. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk while I talk about some of the stuff I learned after speaking with Occupy Camp here in Denver. Basically, if you have been following occupations, Denver had a raid over a month ago, approximately, maybe less. So they were evicted from their location, which was the state capitol lawn across the street from where I'm standing. Apparently that is the Civic Center Plaza Park, and this was their home occupation before being evicted. And they did have a raid, police activity, brutality as well. So now it appears as though there's two separate locations for Occupy Denver. One is on the Capitol side of the street of Broadway, and the other is in the park side across the street, which is a larger concentration of people. Denver's GAs are at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. daily. I did get here too late for the 3 p.m. and I need to get on the road before the 7th, so I will miss Denver's GA. However, had some conversation with some folks that are organizing a trip in which they are planning to travel to the West Coast and support shutdown of the ports. I think this is a pretty good idea. I wish them well in their travels, and they will be reaching out along the way for support during their travel. So as you can see, on the opposite side of Broadway from where I'm standing is a majority of the occupiers. And then here on the state capitol side, we do have a small concentration of occupiers. So this is the state capitol. Apparently, from what I've been told, the separation is due to the fact that the side of the street that I am currently on is state property versus the opposite side of the road, which is considered city land. So therefore, the occupation bounces back and forth between city and state properties. So therefore, from what I've discussed with a couple of occupiers that I met with, there's separation also within the community between occupiers and the homeless and other occupiers. I don't know the full details. I don't know how much of it is fact and how much of it is opinion. So rather than getting into details that I'm not quite able to validate, I'm just not going to go there. Basically, this gives you an idea of how Occupy Denver is set up at the moment. They don't actually have an established Occupy camp, as most cities that we're aware of following raids and evictions. Majority of them have struggled with finding an Occupy location to set up tents and to have an established Occupy camp. However, to be able to find people that are still standing strong daily within their communities and holding their signs and holding their protests and their rallies and the GAs still gives hope for the city being a part of the active Occupy movement. I'm not going to continue on very much further. There's more for me to elaborate on here. If I find out more information about Occupy Denver, I will update my feed on Twitter. But as of right now, this is basically a tour to the basic location and current status of Occupy Denver, and let you know that they are thriving, maybe slightly disorganized from what I can tell you, but they are here, and they are standing strong, and they are still resilient. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great night. See you in the next town.